Today we're going to review part number 2585. This is the Redline Trailer Wheel Bearing. This is the outer wheel bearing. These replacement bearings are high quality tapered roller bearings designed for high speed use. All bearings will have an industry standard number regardless of the brand. On this one, if you look at on the inner ring, it will be stamped 2585. What you'll want to do when you're replacing your bearings is look on the bearing for the part number, and if you give us that part number, we'll be able to cross-reference to a bearing that we would have would be the correct size. The only other way is if you do not have the part number, you would have to measure the inner diameter of the wheel bearing, and it would require the use of a digital caliper because it is measured in thousandths of an inch, and a regular ruler or tape measure just won't work. So if we use a digital caliper and measure the inner diameter of this, would be 1.313 inner diameter. Now this wheel bearing, or all wheel bearings, will consist of 3 pieces. The inner cone, the cone or the inner ring, which is this part right here, which goes over the spindle. The tapered roller bearings, which are right there. And then the roller bearings are retained in a cage or a roller retainer. And then there is one other part that is required that is sold separately, and that is the bearing race. And this bearing would require the outer bearing race, part number 2520. And the critical measurement on the bearing race for this would be the outer diameter would be, you would measure the outer diameter, and on that bearing race would be 2.750 inches. Now most of these bearings are lubricated by wheel bearing grease. Some of them will use oil. And that should do it for review on part number 2585.